James Comer was inside O'Connor's testimony, and he joins me now. All right, so Congressman, you know, they're going to say doctor-patient relationship is sacred. They're going to say executive privilege. What do you say to that?
Well, there was nothing asked in the beginning that would pertain to doctor-patient relationship. This was a question, were you ever told to falsify medical documents by for the President of the United States? And he pled the fifth. And then we asked the question, did you ever doubt his mental capacity to fulfill the duties of the presidency? And again, he pled the fifth. The only thing he answered was his name. The lawyers made clear he wasn't going to answer any questions, and he knew what we were going to ask him. All the questions you mentioned in the monologue, those were questions we prepared to ask. The witness, Dr. O'Connor, clearly wasn't going to answer any questions. You plead the fifth usually when you have criminal liability. Everyone in America knows that Joe Biden was deteriorating rapidly during that last year in the White House. And our investigation centers around the illegal use of the auto pen that was used to sign executive orders and pardons. The auto pen was used, we now know, on days when Joe Biden was in the White House. He couldn't even get him to sign his name. So it begs the question, did he even know what his name was being signed on? And that's the purpose of the investigation. So the doctor's not going to be cooperative. We hope that the next 9 people that we have identified and dates set to bring in will be more forthcoming, like Neera Tanden was. We're going to bring in that inner circle. And one thing, Jesse, that's very clear thus far in this investigation, there were very, very few people in the White House who were allowed to be around Joe Biden.
So let me ask you what the next step is, Mr. Comer. Mm-hmm. Are you able to subpoena the medical reports, his notes? If he refuses to testify, I mean, can you bring him in again? I mean, what is the next step? Well,
the next step is we're going to bring in the inner circle. Again, this is an investigation.
Right, but with O'Connor specifically, because they drag this out. You know how they drag it out. I mean, is he just going to disappear?
Well, we're going to try to get every bit of information we have. What we're finding in the Biden administration is they didn't leave very many records behind when they walked out that door. There are so many instances of documents that we've been waiting to request. And now the Trump administration's in office and they can't find the records. But we're going to try to get those medical records. We're going to try to do everything we can. We're going to use every tool that we have to try to get that information. But we're going to proceed with this investigation. And we're moving very rapidly for a congressional investigation. We have 9 more interviews and depositions set up. And I think we'll get some clear answers as to who authorized the use of the auto pen and whether or not Joe Biden was mentally
fit.
Congressman,
are you suggesting that perhaps that the doctor or Biden aides absconded with documents or destroyed documents?
Well, we've seen a pattern in the Biden administration where they didn't leave very many documents behind. If I were Dr. O'Connor, I would want to come clean. I would want to defend my medical reputation. But remember, Jesse, one thing that's not been mentioned, we found Dr. O'Connor in the Biden influence peddling investigation. He was in a deal in a shady domestic scheme with Jim Biden. So not only was he the Biden's White House physician and a friend, a family friend, he was also a business partner in some of these schemes that the Bidens used to profit. These schemes, domestic and foreign schemes. So this guy's got all sorts of liability. I'm not surprised he pled the fifth, but I'm glad the American people see that there's a cover up here and they're not wanting to go on record.
All right. Comer, thank you so much. Great job today. Click here to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page to catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You won't get it anywhere else.